Hey guys, Dr. Mike Deuce, how are you? MTFUcoach.com. Some people say, hey Doc, I'm watching your workout and your reps, they're so slow. And I want to tell you today how you can gain muscle faster with slower reps. And I'm going to tell you why blowing through your workout sessions at a rapid pace might be eliminating all of your gains. Hey guys, Dr. Mike Deuce, how are you? MTFUcoach.com. I'm going to tell you today why slowing your reps down, especially in the eccentric phase of your rep, in other words, the stretch phase, not the contraction phase, why that's going to increase muscle building and almost totally eliminate the potential for you to get injured. Now that varies from person to person, but listen, I'm going to talk about TUT training and 6 ways to apply TUT training, time under tension. You may have heard of that. I'm going to explain it to you in detail today, and why you should never relax during a set at any point, because some people do, and they hear this from various sources. And I'm going to tell you also why you should never, ever count your reps again. Like our good friend Muhammad Ali used to say when people would ask, you know, Muhammad, how many reps do you do? He goes, I don't count the reps. If I count when they start hurting. So listen, time under tension rules for my training system for men and women over 40. This is hallmark to importance as far as getting results and not getting injured. Before I go over the rules, I'm going to show you what one of my average sets looks like as far as tempo and speed, if you want to call it that. Let's try a dumbbell curl. Now the concentric, remember, is when you come up, and the eccentric is when you come down, contraction versus flex, okay? And it will look something like this. Let's say the concentric is 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Eccentric, let's say 10 seconds sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3. And I flex it at the top. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, you see this stuff, and maybe there's some utility there, but for our purposes, for being over 40 and maybe suffering some injuries and not having the same range of motion, and your blood chemistry is different, this approach that I use is very effective. And let me go over some of these points. For the time under tension rules that I espouse when doing these types of sets, number 1, you want to flex at the top. In other words, when I did that just now, I came to the top of the movement, okay, right here. I didn't just kind of relax it. I'm flexing the muscle like Evan Centopani, my friend, IFBB Pro, says. If people could learn to flex the muscle with a weight in their arm, the development would be much speeded along, okay? So you want to never relax, okay, the muscle during the movement. The tempo must be a symphony. In other words, it must be nice and smooth. And what does that mean? In other words, 3 seconds, and then let's pretend this is 10 seconds. 3 seconds, and then 10 seconds. It's got to be consistent. It's got to be symmetrical from side to side. And that's how the body will respond most advantageously. And also, with the correctness of form and the proper tempo, much less of a potential of getting injured. We're always avoiding that. Now, the eccentric phase has to be longer than the concentric phase, meaning the up phase where it's longer versus the down phase where it's shorter, because most of the breakdown of the muscle occurs in the eccentric phase, okay? And we want that breakdown, obviously, because that's going to give you more growth as long as you rest enough and your sleep is there and your nutrition is there and all the other things are on point, and we know they are, okay? Form is something you have to watch out for here. We always want pristine form. We don't want any of that jumping around stuff. And the problem is when you're doing this with a long eccentric phase, the muscle fatigues more quickly, and with quicker fatigue, there's more of a likelihood for you to lose form. So what does that engender? Well, it causes you to have a better mind-muscle connection. You've got to really think about feeling it there, especially when you're starting to fatigue, because that's where the control comes from. And that's where we know an exercise is effective when you're doing it and you only feel it in the body part you're trying to work. In other words, if you're doing this and you're feeling it in your back, well, too much body English, you're not going to get the effect you want, and you might get injured. We never want that to happen. Now, how can you help yourself get better form? Doing drop sets, okay? Let's say I've got, I don't have any lighter dumbbells here, but I'll do a set here, and let's just say I'm going the proper tempo. I'm really not right here. And I start to gas out at the end and I'm losing form. Well, you do something called a drop set. You go lighter. It enables you to keep going with the proper form, the proper tempo, proper symphony, and you get more bang for your buck. You get more breakdown, which is what you're looking for. And finally, this gives you greater intensity. What is intensity? Nobody really seems to be sure. Me, more work done in a shorter period of time. Well, when you're able to maintain the form with greater breakdown, okay, and greater fatigue over a longer period of time, that's increased intensity. So by following all these steps, okay, these TUT rules, you're going to fulfill all of the top 6. You're not going to get injured, very unlikely. You're really going to minimize that likelihood of that happening. And you'll get the results and the muscular development that you know you want and deserve. So listen, you want more information on these types of techniques? Please click the link that I provide down below, and you can find all my programs and systems available to you. If you have any questions, thoughts, or concerns, put them down below, and thank you so much for being with me here today.